WWE Survivor Series takes place this Sunday in Los Angeles, California, and like every single Big Four pay-per-view now, WWE will be running 4 consecutive shows, all in LA, all in the Staples Center. There'll be Saturday NXT, Sunday Survivor Series, Raw is Monday, and SmackDown will be on Tuesday. This is the first time since they started doing this whole thing with the Big Four pay-per-views, doing 4 consecutive shows. This is the first time they've gone to LA, their second biggest market. And the card they have for Survivor Series is pretty damn good, so hopefully they give LA a good show. And I would think for the first time they did it in LA, they'd probably do a bigger show, because let's face it, Survivor Series is by far, without question, the weakest of the Big Four. I don't think Survivor Series should be having 4 consecutive shows. I don't think it's a big enough show to do that. I think the only show is WrestleMania. Even Royal Rumble, I wouldn't do it. SummerSlam, maybe because they do something in Brooklyn, I guess you can get away with SummerSlam. But really, Survivor Series is not a big show, so I don't see why they have to do this whole 4-night thing. They can do TakeOver, sure, but I don't know about the whole 4 nights in a row. I'm not a big fan of that. Because on Monday, the fans are pretty much dead, and half of them don't even show up for Tuesday. So I wish they'd stop that. But you have basically a best of 7 series. That's how they book Survivor Series nowadays. It's like if you watch sports, there's a 7-game series, and whoever wins 4 games first wins. And I guess whoever wins 4 matches first wins the Raw versus SmackDown. That's how they do Survivor Series now. I don't mind it. I guess it's kind of a gimmick now, the whole Raw versus SmackDown thing. I don't know. I don't see why these guys care. I mean, their general managers treat them like shit anyway, so why do they care so much about, representing their brand? But anyway, here are the matches. I don't know if this is going to be on the Kickoff, but I'm assuming it will be. The Cruiserweight Championship, Buddy Murphy against Mustafa Ali. It's not officially on the Kickoff now. I don't think WWE has announced it yet, but I'm assuming it will be, so I'll put it on the Kickoff. Should be really good. Buddy Murphy's really good. He's very successful in all facets of his life. He's achieved probably the highest success for his profession and his personal life. For his profession, he's in the Cruiserweights, and he's the Cruiserweight champion. And personally, he has done something I think every single man in the world would love to do, and that is fuck Alexa Bliss. So I have nothing but respect for Buddy Murphy, and I think he beats Mustafa Ali. It should be really good. The problem is, if it's on the pre-show and it goes early, it won't matter. Half the fans won't be there. But I'm going to go with Buddy Murphy. Now we get to the first Survivor Series elimination match. I think this is also on the pre-show. I don't think they've announced that for sure, but this is the big one, the match, the one no one cares about. You have Raw against SmackDown. On Raw, this is like the tag team one or something. You have Bobby Roode, Chad Gable, the Revival, the B Team, the Lucha House Party. 2 of them will be representing the Ascension, and that's Team Raw. And on Team SmackDown, you have the Usos as the captains. You have New Day. 2 of them will be wrestling. Maybe Big E and Kofi. I don't think they announced that. You have Sanity again. 2 of them will be wrestling. I think Eric Young will probably be on the outside. You have Luke Harper, and you have Karl Anderson. Luke Gallows and Karl. I said Harper. Harper's hurt. Luke Gallows and Karl Anderson. And you also have the Colóns, who believe it or not, the Colóns are still employed. I don't know how the fuck this happens, but I don't know. Maybe, I guess WWE has a relationship with the World Wrestling Council, and they want to keep Carlos Colón happy, so his sons are still employed. So I'm going, interesting match. I'm going to go with... I think because of the way I think the other matches are, I'm going to go with SmackDown, because I think SmackDown needs a win here. Because the way I have all my other predictions, I'm going to go with SmackDown. So I'm going to say the SmackDown guys win. Meaningless match, really. Let's talk about the main card now, the Survivor Series elimination matches. The first we can talk about is the women's elimination match. On Team Raw, you have the captain is Alexa Bliss. She will be, I guess, on the outside. She won't be getting physical because there's something wrong with that poor girl. I know, I like Alexa a lot. I hope her career's not over, but the way I saw her just exit the ring on Raw, that reminded me of Paige, in which they don't want her to even be touched. That's pretty damn concerning. I saw that kind of cryptic tweet. It's like she's going to get back in the ring, but she doesn't sound confident. I really hope her career is not over. But Alexa Bliss will be on the team captain. She'll be with Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan on the outside. And the team is all heels. You have Mickie James, you have Natalya, you have Ruby Riott, you have Tamina, and you have Nia Jax. First of all, let me say this. I think it's bullshit. I guess it makes sense if it's going to be the heel team, but I think it's bullshit that Bayley and Sasha Banks are even a part of this team. Like, come on, Nia Jax gets a spot. Nia Jax is going to get a big match at Ronda Rousey after she injures Becky Lynch. It's like, she's untouchable. Let's face it, Nia Jax is untouchable. We all know why. It's because she's The Rock's cousin. She's fucking untouchable. She breaks Becky Lynch's nose, gives her a fucking concussion. Becky has to miss the show. It could be good for Becky if she gets a WrestleMania match at Ronda, so I guess there's a blessing in disguise, but still, she punched Becky right in the fucking face, gives her a concussion, breaks her nose. WWE like to say she broke her face. It's fucking bullshit. What does Nia Jax get in return? She's going to get to probably win this match, or she'll look strong this match, even if her team loses, and then what happens after that? Nia Jax goes on to face Ronda Rousey at TLC. This is absolute bullshit. Nia's getting the spot. Ember Moon is far more talented than Nia Jax. Like, all these women on Raw, Ember Moon, Sasha Banks, Bayley, all of them are so much more talented than Nia Jax, and they're far more over. Nia Jax doesn't even get a reaction. She was kind of over during WrestleMania season when she had sympathy with the Bliss storyline, but she's not even over anymore. She gets no reaction. All of them are so much more talented than her, and she's getting this fucking spot, and it's bullshit. Anyway, because Nia Jax is on the team, I want SmackDown to win. On SmackDown, you have Carmella, you have Naomi, you have Sonya Deville, you have Asuka, and I'm assuming it's going to be Mandy Rose as the fifth member. They could tease, and maybe they'll bring up someone from NXT, but honestly, who? I think Shayna Baszler is staying there for a while. I think Kairi Sane is staying there for a while. Bianca Belair, I don't see that. I don't see a reason for Bianca Belair. I think she can get a title match. Toni Storm, again, she's going to be in developmental for a while. She'll probably be transitioned to the American NXT soon, so I don't see anyone on the NXT roster. Nikki Cross, potentially. Maybe Nikki Cross. I'm going to say it's Mandy Rose. So I'm going to go with the Raw woman, unfortunately. I have to go with the Raw woman here. I think they're going to push Nia Jax, so I think Nia's going to be booed out of the building. She's probably going to be the most hated on the show. People think Charlotte might be booed. Absolutely not. Charlotte's not going to be booed at all. It's all the hate's going to be on Nia Jax. They're going to boo the shit out of Nia Jax. But she's going to win. She's going to get the win because I think the SmackDown team is so weak. They've buried Asuka. Naomi doesn't get pushed. Carmella's done. They've admitted she's a failure. I think she's been Jinder Mahal. They know she sucks. Even though I found her a lot more likable with R-Truth now. I actually kind of like her, even though I'm just not a fan of her being champion. And they've done a horrible job with Asuka. Mandy Rose will push later, but they're not going to give her a win like this right now. I think who's in the match? I think Raw's going to win. I think Nia Jax is going to be the one who gets the win, and fans will hate it, I'm sure. I hope they don't do something to Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax as like a faction or something. I think that would suck. But we're going to have to sit through watching Nia Jax being pushed. It's bullshit. So that makes it 1-1. Now let's get to the big men's, the actual men's match that people care about, the Survivor Series elimination match, the main one. On Team Raw, you have Dolph Ziggler, you have Drew McIntyre, you have Braun Strowman, you have Finn Balor, and you have Bobby Lashley with Baron Corbin as the captain. So he'll be on the outside. He'll be in the Alexa Bliss role. And you also have Leo Rush being annoying, which is going to make it miserable. I hate Leo Rush. He has go-away heel. I can't stand him. It's not like a good heel. Like, he has go-away heel. Like, get the fuck off my TV screen. Team SmackDown is The Miz, who's the captain. You have Shane McMahon, you have Rey Mysterio, you have Samoa Joe, and you have Jeff Hardy. So I'm not going to predict who gets in and out, like who's the final two standing. What I'm going to say is Braun Strowman fucks up. He gets himself disqualified. He fucks this up for his team. He messes up and he blows it, and Braun Strowman doesn't get his title shot against Brock Lesnar, and he doesn't get to face Baron Corbin, and I think it sets up something with him and Stephanie. So my prediction is Braun Strowman fucks it up. I'm going to go with SmackDown to win. SmackDown wins. I think they said this thing with Raw is beating SmackDown 2 years in a row, so that automatically makes you think SmackDown's going to win, even though that's complete and utter bullshit. They're going to keep playing it up, but it's bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. In 2017, Raw won. In 2016, SmackDown won. Look it up. Bray Wyatt, he was the last guy standing with Randy Orton. I remember how that match ended. That's why I remembered it so quickly. I remember Randy Orton sacrificing himself for a spear from Roman Reigns, only for Bray Wyatt to hit the sister Abigail on Roman Reigns and win in 2016. So it's absolute bullshit that they're saying that, but SmackDown won in 2016. So no, Raw has not won 2 years in a row. I'm picking SmackDown. I think they're going to win. I think Braun's going to fuck it up. I think it's going to be a mistake. I'm going to say, I hope it's not. So please don't let it be Shane as the last guy standing, but I can see it, something happening like that. I think they're going to push Shane to the heel. So I'm going to say SmackDown is victorious. So that makes it 2-1 for SmackDown. AOP against the Bar. See, this is really hard. I don't think the authors of pain should be losing, but the way I have this ending is I have look, I'll be honest right here. I'm I don't know who I'm going to pick to win all of Survivor Series, so it's tough to pick this match. I'm going to go with the bar. It's like the way I have this playing out, I need a SmackDown win here. I'm going to go with the bar. I'm going to say the Big Show gets involved, and it's a cheap win, but the bar takes it, even though the author shouldn't be losing. Seth Rollins and Shinsuke Nakamura. So I'm going to go with Nakamura here. I think this is a kind of not too hard of a prediction to make because I think most of us expect Dean Ambrose to get involved, even though the way Nakamura is positioned and the way Seth Rollins is positioned, you wouldn't think they should have any way they should have Nakamura pinning Seth Rollins. But because, Seth is a big star and all, I think that we can think of it as we don't want to push Nakamura. It's more about advancing this Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins rivalry, and I think it makes sense for Dean Ambrose to cost Seth Rollins a match. So I'm going to say Ambrose screws Rollins, hits him with the 30 Ds, and Nakamura takes over and wins with like a Kinshasa after the 30 Ds. So I'm picking Shinsuke Nakamura. Yes, I am. Nakamura over Seth Rollins, believe it or not, but I think it makes sense because I think they're going to need something with Ambrose and Rollins to protect Rollins. So I'm going at Nakamura. That puts us at 4-1 SmackDown. So you can see who I'm going to pick. I'm picking SmackDown to win. So at 4-1, the last two matches, Ronda Rousey and Charlotte Flair. There's two major matches, Ronda and Charlotte. I'm picking Ronda to win. Obviously, no chance in hell I think Charlotte wins. I don't see her winning at all. Some people have speculated the four horsemen are going to get involved. They're Shayna Baszler, Jessamine Duke, and Marina Shafir from NXT, all going to get involved and help Ronda win. I don't see that because I think Ronda's a babyface right now. I don't think they're going to turn Ronda heel. And for Charlotte, I don't see Becky coming and getting involved. It's possible Becky's at ringside, but I don't see Becky getting involved. And I don't see Sasha or Bayley getting involved with the way they're being pushed and the way they're dead in the water. I don't think they have any plans. If they did, they'd be pushing Sasha and Bayley harder. So I don't see that horsewoman match happening. It'll happen eventually, one day down the road. They're going to do that match, or it might happen in a year from now in 2019. That Survivor Series. It should happen at Survivor Series. Makes sense because I don't think it's happening at WrestleMania. I think it's Ronda and Becky at WrestleMania this year. But eventually, we'll see that match. I have no doubt, but I don't think it's happening anytime soon. Assuming everyone stays with the company. We don't know how much longer Ronda wants to do this. We don't know Sasha, her contract goes up, or if she gets angry with the way she's being pushed. You never know what can happen. I think we'll see that match happen down the line one time, but not now when I'm picking Ronda and Charlotte to have a fun match. I'm sure Charlotte's a little disappointed. Dave Meltzer on his podcast, he said it's Ronda and Becky at WrestleMania. I'm sure Charlotte's not too happy about this. There's reports it was Vince and Ronda came to this decision, so maybe Charlotte's pissed off at Ronda. I don't know. I'm speculating on it. That could be a story, but I'm going to say Ronda Rousey defeats Charlotte Flair cleanly. It'll be a very good match. They'll probably have time. The problem is with Ronda, she always has to go to the Performance Center to set up her matches, so she won't have any time with Charlotte. But I'm sure, these two are going to get time. I'm picking Ronda to win with the armbar and to tap Charlotte Flair cleanly, and Ronda Rousey is victorious in a win for Raw. So it's 4-2. So the final match is Brock Lesnar and Daniel Bryan. I'm picking Brock Lesnar to beat Daniel Bryan. I think this match is bullshit. I don't want Daniel Bryan to be champion. He should have had this great moment at WrestleMania in which he regains the title after all these years. It should have been a situation in which Daniel Bryan kept falling up short. It's like, do I still have it? Then eventually he wins the Royal Rumble. He faces The Miz, who's a WWE champion. He beats him at WrestleMania, gets his revenge on The Miz. Daniel Bryan stands tall. He's WWE champion again at WrestleMania. Just an amazing story. 1 year after coming back from his injury, just this incredible, happy, good, good feeling story. One of the best stories in wrestling history. And then, no. WWE does nothing with him for 10 months, and then he turns heel and he wins a championship. So that's WWE booking for you. That's how they do stuff. The only way for this match to work is if Daniel Bryan's a babyface. It should be they should have done this at WrestleMania 31. That's why I felt like they should have done this match. Brock Lesnar and Daniel Bryan's a dream match for me. It was a dream match for me. I love this idea of Brock Lesnar being this absolute killer and Daniel Bryan being this underdog. They could have one of the greatest matches of all time if they let him tell the story that they should be telling. Instead, it's not. It's two heels. I don't see Daniel Bryan. I don't think it's a squash match, but I think Brock's going to win. I think the biggest reason Daniel Bryan's champion, this is my opinion, Vince has AJ higher up on the list than Daniel Bryan on the depth chart, and I think what's happening is Vince McMahon doesn't want AJ Styles to lose 2 consecutive Survivor Series matches to Brock Lesnar, and what he's going to do is he knows he can get away with having Daniel Bryan lose. I think this is I don't think Daniel Bryan will be champion for long. I think this is just a way for Brock to win because they can't beat Brock, but they don't want to beat AJ, so they just have Brock Lesnar pinning Daniel Bryan. So I think Daniel Bryan loses to Brock Lesnar. I think Raw wins. But the total comes to for Survivor Series, my final prediction is SmackDown wins. I think SmackDown wins 4-3. I think it'll be one match win. Probably I don't know how it's going to end, but I'm predicting a SmackDown win, so that's my prediction. I think SmackDown wins it this year. Raw won it last year. I think SmackDown takes it this year.